And leaving out central midfield man Joey Veerman. Otherwise, the team which beat Poland in Hamburg. Cody Gakpo in very good form. He scored again. He's scored in his last 4 group games at major tournaments. France have decided not to risk Kylian Mbappe from the start anyway. After he broke his nose against Austria, we may see him in a mask later on. In a tactical reshuffle, Aurélien Tchouaméni comes into the side. He has been injured for the last 6 weeks, mind you. Antoine Griezmann will take over the captaincy.
Ian, I feel like every game is louder than the next, and when we got in here today, French fans were absolutely rabid down by where we were doing our field hit, and there's to our right a massive wall of orange. They could not be more excited to watch their fellow countrymen compete tonight.
What a scene that is. 2-mile march, 40,000 fans through Leipzig today. I think the locals know that the Netherlands are here. They've painted the town orange. Virgil van Dijk there winning his 70th cap today for the Netherlands. Generally regarded as the best defender in the Premier League since he arrived at Liverpool. Last-minute huddle for the Netherlands players. Both these teams are on 3 points already, but intriguingly, so now are Austria, who beat Poland 3-1 earlier on. So it's still very much all up for grabs here. The Netherlands, as always, wearing orange. France have won 7 of the last 8 matches against the Netherlands. And in qualification, they rattled 6 goals past the Dutch side. And guess who? Mbappe got 4 of those. So those Dutch defenders will be glad they don't have to cope with him. Not yet, anyway. Maybe later. Splendid scene here in Leipzig for what should be a very good game. Maybe a taster of things to come. Netherlands, the 1988 European champions. Remember Marco van Basten's iconic goal in that final against the Soviet Union. France, 2 times European champions, but they tend to do better in World Cups. Is Frimpong using his speed straight away? Chance! And saved by Magnon. He got something on it. Not sure it was going in anyway. He wouldn't have known that. But what an opportunity this early for the Dutch team.
And Frimpong brought into the side just for this, Ian, his speed and his pace. And in the end, what a touch from Magnon. Just to push it wide, but early warning signs. And we might just have a little injury concern with Theo Hernandez,
whose brother misses the tournament completely because of injury. Lucas, so they don't want a family double. He's a very important player for them. Watch his dashing forward runs. Looks like he's okay. It is a corner for the Netherlands to be taken by Memphis Depay. Nope, referee's not happy. Anthony Taylor getting his first game in charge, the Premier League referee, and trying to impose himself early on the players. Need eyes in the back of your head, watching everything going on at these corners. Depay does swing this one in. Van Dijk's always dangerous from them. That was an early warning sign for the French defence, wasn't it? I've seen Frimpong all season for Bayer Leverkusen, and 14 goals, and he's set up others as well. Nobody can cope with his speed. If he gets in behind, there's no catching him. Here's N'Golo Kanté. Bit of a comeback concert for him this tournament. Back after 2 years, Dembele turning on a little bit of style, appreciated by the French supporters. And towards Rabiot. Fascinating to see how France look without Mbappe's pace and menace. Last 2 times they've played in a tournament without him, they lost to Denmark, lost to Tunisia, I should say, and drew with Denmark 0-0. Make no mistake, he will be back. De Vrij towards Memphis Depay, who was robbed by Upamecano. Deschamps keeping faith with him, even though he had his club problems this season. Rabiot. Griezmann, good hit. I think the goalkeeper might have seen that a little bit late, Verbruggen.
Well, early on, Ian, I thought Thuram there missed the opportunity to see Rabiot, but he cleverly played it into the space. He may have been offside in the end. Fantastic strike. Little movement on the ball there. And a great touch by Verbruggen.
Both these sides so potent. Last time they met in a group game at the Euros, the Netherlands won 4-1 back in 2008. Conte. Griezmann again wearing the captain's armband today, with Mbappe absent for the time being. Cody Gakpo playing almost like a conventional left winger. Hasn't really shone, not consistently for Liverpool since he went there, but he's looked good so far in this tournament in orange. Landon, was it a bit of a laboured effort from France against Austria first time out? They got the job done, didn't they?
Yeah, they weren't great. The two teams that are kind of starting to look similar are England and France, where they're getting results, but not great. And some big chances they created, but overall, if you watch the match, they were a little underwhelming. So this is a big opportunity for them to send out some warning signs to the rest of the tournament, much the way Spain and Germany have done so far.
Thought they looked very solid at the back in that game, though. The first team to stop Austria scoring in 17 games. Upamecano going long towards Thuram. Dembele. Conte, as energetic as ever in that first game. 33 years of age now, but is still fighting fit, all right.
So the big question mark, Ian, coming into the match was, how is France going to play without Mbappe on the field? And so far it's been Griezmann and Thuram a little bit higher. Turnover here.
Seabons. Dangerous young player playing on what has been his home ground for this past season here in Leipzig. RB Leipzig, played in the Champions League.
When France have the ball, Griezmann and Thuram almost playing as a front two, and they're figuring out defensively how they're going to press the Dutch back line. But this has also allowed N'Golo Kante to move a little higher up the field with Tchouameni, so he's not playing as that defensive midfielder we always know him as. He's a little bit higher, so you might see him venture a little bit forward into the attack.
Over the next few days we will see the knockout round starting to take shape. Netherlands play Austria in their final game in Berlin. It won't be easy. France taking on Poland. Frimpong again. Nearly marking his first ever tournament start with a goal in the opening 60 seconds or so. Depay can't find his feet in there. Anthony Taylor waves aside, appeals for a penalty. There weren't that many. think in the build-up to this tournament, I've seen a couple of the Netherlands friendly matches, and they do look a potent force in attack.
Yeah, in the end, this was really good defending by Saliba. As he gets spun here by Memphis, he does enough to make contact, but not too much where he's going to get whistled for the penalty.
Saliba again, keeping his place in the starting lineup. Maybe he's won over Didier Deschamps, who for a while seemed as if he wasn't quite sure about him. Charmeni, a Real Madrid player who's been out with a stress fracture of the foot since May the 8th. Missed the Champions League final. It's a big boost to have him back. Antoine Griezmann. Here's Theo Hernandez. Typical Griezmann idea there. Playing it inside Thuram to pick it up again. Son of a very famous French footballing father, of course, Lilian Thuram. Simon's got the free kick he wanted. Here's Reinders. Driving run through the midfield up towards Gakpo. Depay nearly latched onto it. They're looking for these fast, slick little 1-2s around the edge of the box, the Netherlands, and they're pretty good at it. Reinders. And then Schalten. Frimpong. Mopped up by De Vrij. There's a confident look about the Netherlands. Dumfries with the cross in. And away by Koundé, who the statisticians tell me had more touches of the ball than any other French player in the first game. That's a surprise. I think we'd have all voted for Conte in that argument if we were guessing. But there are people who know better.
Much better than us, Ian.
Yeah. There is always a slight element of the big teams keeping their powder dry a little bit, maybe in the group phase of the competition. But there is a job to be done to make sure you advance. Accidents will happen if you take your eye off the ball or ease up too much.
Well, it's not only advancing, it's advancing in first place, so you don't get a really difficult draw in the round of 16.
Here's Didier Deschamps, who can make history at this tournament. He could be the first to win both the World Cup and the Euros as a player and coach. Ousmane Dembele through on the party tricks. Griezmann. Hernandez is always pushing forward on that side when France are in possession.
Hey Insiders, TSI Mike here.
France, remember,
I've got a special message from a friend of mine. Let's do something big as a community. Pay attention to what my friend has to say. Hit it.
Charmeni.
Hey, Insiders! It's Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs here. And holy Mackinac, another great night here on TSI. First and foremost, I wanted to thank you all for being here, helping create
Koundé.
this.
Thuram had made a run near Griezmann, was a little further on, and Reinders did very well to track back and cut that out.
We could see that developing. Griezmann running through the middle, and Reinders in the end saw the emergency, sprinted back and got a vital touch. This is where Griezmann causes you problems, because as the back line pick him up, Well, yeah, if he's high enough up the field. But if not, he comes from the midfield and you lose track of him.
Good ball that by Dembele. Koundé broken into that little space. Well dealt with by De Vrij. Rabiot. Rabiot, big chance here. Can he finish it off? Griezmann had to score, didn't. Well, what an escape that was for the Netherlands.
My.
Incredible. Hernandez thought about the shot, then thought better of it. That was extraordinary. Why didn't Rabiot shoot himself as well? Conte to play it in. Griezmann! Again, it stays out.
Well, France have come to life, Ian. This is the second chance. Conte, I told you, would get a little bit further forward now with Tchouaméni and the team. And this one, you're waiting for the net to ripple. Here's the earlier chance. I have no idea why Rabiot doesn't shoot there. I think he thinks maybe Verbruggen is going to come out hard. And then in the end, he rolls it behind Griezmann, who can't make contact. And will they rue that chance?
Well, I've got to admit, I was fully expecting Rabiot there to just put his laces through that and blast it into the back of the net. Even then, though, Griezmann has to score, doesn't he?
Well, it was a little behind him. It's on his off foot, and your momentum's carrying you forward. It is hard to stop and make contact, but I've missed worse, Ian, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Not that many, I don't think. The voice of Landon Donovan, the USA's joint leading scorer of all time, alongside Clint Dempsey. Talking of the American team, they start their Copa America campaign against Bolivia this Sunday. Coverage starting at 5 o'clock Eastern on Fox. That is this Sunday for the USA's Copa America debut game. Charlton to feed it wide to Frimpong, who's hugging that right hand touchline. It will help to keep Theo Hernandez honest, I think, on that side. Maybe he won't be able to push forward just as much as he quite often does. Otherwise, Frimpong could be let loose behind him. Minders wide for Cody Gakpo. Loves to cut in like this and shoot like that. And it took some stopping by Magnon, who was excellent in the first game and makes a good stop there too.
Ian, he looks like a completely different player than the Cody Gakpo we're used to seeing with Liverpool. He's confident, running at people, taking people on. And another big chance for him, ultimately pushed aside by Magnon with another good save.
Scored in all 3 group games at the World Cup. He scored in the first group game here as well. And I agree with you, Landon. He looks so much more confident playing for his country. In and out the team a bit at Liverpool. Can't play on that left-hand side. They play Luis Diaz there, don't they?
Yeah, he just looks way more comfortable on this left side.
Arne Slot, the new boss at Liverpool, will be taking note of that. He knew it already, I expect. Play towards Denzel Dumfries, tall, attacking fullback who was among the scorers when the Netherlands knocked USA out of the World Cup in Qatar in the round of 16 stage, 3-1.
Thanks for the reminder, Ian.
Well, it's there on the record, isn't it, Landon?
Because you wrote it down.
I can't change history.
Yes, you can.
Be an interesting new idea. Rabiot to lay it forward. Conte's little dummy. Conte again on the ball. It's slick from France. Griezmann, just as much a creator as a scorer these days. Hernandez. That'll be a corner.
Ian, as if I couldn't be more impressed with N'Golo Kanté. This time the ball comes into him. He's got his back to the goal. He clips it around the corner into Thuram to combine, and ultimately leads to a corner. But I don't think there's anything this guy can't do.
And And there's nothing he hasn't won either. By the way, Premier League, Champions League, World Cup, FA Cup, League Cup. It's a long list. He's got a creaking cabinet with it all in somewhere. Griezmann in charge of the set pieces. Big test for this Netherlands defence today. France, just to remind you, beat the Netherlands 4-0 at home and 2-1 away in qualifying for this competition. Psychological edge maybe from those games.
Well, fortunately for the Netherlands, Kylian Mbappe was on the field in both of those and scored 4 of those 5 goals, or 6 goals.
I'm glad you corrected your maths there, Landon.
Yeah. Didn't finish high school.
Charmany. As to Saliba, ever present for Arsenal this past season. There's a very experienced, knowing feel about France. They know their way around a tournament. Certainly the coach does. Here's Conte again. What a start he's made to the tournament here. I think we'd all been thinking we'd probably seen the last of him in a French shirt. He'd been away 2 years and 2 days.
What's interesting is that with Kylian Mbappe out of the team and now Charmany in, Conte again higher up the field, but it's actually made France's movement better. He's constantly moving, and while no one would ever compare his attacking abilities to Mbappe's, it does make their team a little bit more fluid as he's floating all over the field and making it difficult. Now, to find a way to have Mbappe on the field as well, that would help, which perhaps they will at some point tonight.
Yeah, I wonder what the plan is. They'll know it, how many minutes they really want to risk him for, if at all. If they're getting the job done and have got the points in the bag, they can give him a few more days to get used to training in the mask. I hope the serious business is yet to come, but there's some serious business to do today first. That's beautifully controlled by Thuram. This clever little pass, Rabiot. Not quite so clever.
France doing a good job getting into the final third, but what we're seeing right now is the lack of firepower of Mbappe, and you see the control by Thuram there. They're just not as dangerous, not as goal dangerous, obviously, and they're gonna have to find a way to be a little sharper in front of goal. Get Griezmann a chance there, which he had, but on his good foot, and be a different outcome.
Stefan de Vrij, 7 trophies for him with Inter.
De Vrij missed a chance there, Ian. Memphis and Simon do such a good job interchanging positions, and Memphis had come short and took off in behind the French defense, and De Vrij just missed him. He had him open, he didn't see him.
William Saliba, sent out on a series of loans by Arsenal before they unleashed him in the first team. Big learning experiences for him. Xavi Simons with the challenge. And towards Dembele, never got there. Virgil van Dijk. As ever, talking, organising in that defence. Problem for the Netherlands, if they lose this game, that becomes a real crunch, doesn't it, against Austria in the final game of the group. With both of them would be on 3 points, and they'd be maybe in a little bit of peril. Certainly a lot of jeopardy around that game there would be, but we're probably getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, and Austria looked very good again today. They looked good against France. We're unfortunate to lose, but they are a good team.
Depay. Curl one in. They're trying to keep it alive on the back post. Dumfries. Denzel Dumfries, whose parents named him after Denzel Washington. Obviously fans. Better hope he is, really.
Probably has no idea who he is.
Well, don't start that again. You were doing that with Taylor Swift yesterday.
I knew that was coming.
Sure they do. Hernandez couldn't quite reach it. So far, I think, preliminary skirmishing between these two. We could have had a goal in the opening minute or so. Mbappe sitting without the mask for the time being. The word was he trained okay with it on, with no apparent problems, but only he knows how it all feels. Wouldn't be the first player to play in a mask, would he, either? Has been done.
Yeah, I spoke to a few players, Ian, who've played with the mask. And there are obvious challenges on the field. How it impacts you, running, sweating. But there's also off the field impacts, just normal breathing when you cough, if you have to sneeze, your sleeping patterns. It's hard, you know, it's hard to breathe sometimes. You can only breathe through your mouth. So there are a lot of ways it impacts you. And they don't need him to be back to 100% on and off the field, but they're going to have to get him much closer because it absolutely impacts people.
See how that story unfolds. It's an incident France could have done without, put it that way. It all happened, didn't it, for Mbappe at the World Cup? 8 goals in the tournament, hat-trick in the final, and slightly weirdly, he's yet to open his account in European Championship matches. Koundé looking to just flick one off the outside of his boot. That didn't quite work. I haven't seen Dembele have a real run at the defence yet on that side. Gakpo, he wants to do it all the time. Clever little ball by Simons, hopped on here to Gakpo. Just engineering a bit of space, maybe for a shot, and he couldn't find the pass he was looking for Memphis Depay.
Well, early in the play, Anthony Taylor was possibly going to give a foul. He let it play on. In the end, Cody Gakpo got his lines crossed a little bit. Didn't know whether to pass, shoot, where to pass. And there's the potential foul on Koundé. They might have called that back had they scored.
Tomorrow on Fox, it's a Euro 2024 doubleheader with Turkey against Portugal and Belgium against Romania. Coverage starting at 11 a.m. Eastern on Fox. Remember, the final games in the groups are run concurrently so that none of the teams gets an advantage by knowing what they have to do in the last game. Didn't always used to happen, that, did it? It's a good idea.
It is great. Creates such great drama on the final day. And it's hard on the field, too. You don't know what's going on in the other match.
But I hope the Wi-Fi is good with the news of the other matches. Not always the case in busy stadia, I should say. Here's Reinders, good player for AC Milan and the Netherlands, to Cody Gakpo again. Simons joining in. Reinders again. He's going to let one fly, bouncing around a bit dangerously, but Magnon's looked as steady as a rock since coming in. Is very much the number one now in the post-Hugo Lloris era. Koundé. Thuram, no flag. They'll look at it. No, they won't need to. Could and should have done a bit better with that.
Wow, he was definitely onside. And you have to find a way to hit the target there. Some way. make Verbruggen make a save. Really dangerous for the Dutch back line to step. I think it was De Vrij stepping with no pressure on the ball. He got very lucky there.
Marcus Thuram still looking for his first major tournament goal. Great ball by Koundé though, wasn't it? Rabiot and to Saliba again. Surprisingly, both of these teams knocked out in the round of 16 at the last Euros, held in 2021, of course, despite being called Euro 2020, delayed a year because of the COVID pandemic. Upamecano, Tchouaméni. Clattered into by Dumfries.
Got bailed out because his touch was poor. And Dumfries didn't need to go through him that hard. He could have probably picked off the pass and gone the other way.
Rabiot again. Thuram dispossessed by Simons. Anthony Taylor not far away, thought all that was okay. I think from the Netherlands' point of view is where there's Van Dijk, there's always a bit of hope, is having a defender that good, marshalling things at the back. Out of the World Cup on penalties, you might remember, after a 2-2 draw with the eventual champions Argentina, which is a bit of a hard luck story. Frimpong now. De Vrij was put in a spot of bother. Thuram will be on the chase, but there's no problems really for the Dutch there. Xavi Simons. Gakpo full of positive thoughts every time he gets the ball. But Upamecano had read all that. Here's Griezmann looking to bring the wall away. And there's the first yellow card dished out to Schouten. Yellow for the PSV man.
Well, my first thought was it was a bit harsh. Griezmann had a hold of his jersey too, and I think I agree with my first thought there. It's a bit harsh on him.
Schouten was a Dutch second division player really until made a big breakthrough at Bologna. Now with PSV. Basically ignored at Bologna despite his form. He only got one cap in 4 years there, but he's very much part of the furniture now. Here's Conte for France. Tchouaméni. Bit of an armchair ride for him really in that defensive midfield position. But here's Depay looking to make something happen for the Netherlands, who do have pace to burn really up front. Defenders are frightened of pace, aren't they, Landon?
Yeah, and you saw with Spain last night, the modern game, you have to have vertical running in ways to stretch the field. And teams that have it are significantly more dangerous because you have to respect it. Even if they don't receive the ball, it makes the space 5, 7, 10 yards bigger in the middle of the field, and that's where all the creative playmakers can make plays.
Tchouaméni got one through the lines, didn't he? For Dembele, this could be danger. In towards Griezmann, it all breaks down. How quickly here can the Netherlands counter? The transitions so vital in the modern game. Netherlands being coached for the second spell now by Ronald Koeman. Frimpong. De Vrij goes long. Gakpo couldn't quite take that out of the air, but you could see the idea, and it wasn't a bad one. Tough ball to control, going over your shoulder like that.
Yeah, the timing was excellent. Just a little too long for him. Like a wide receiver trying to catch a pass a little long and couldn't quite reach it.
That's given away by Griezmann in the middle of the pitch. Frimpong looking to use his pace. Can he find a bit of area? Saliba did ever so well there. Stood tall, cut off the angle. Frimpong, part of that Bayer Leverkusen side that only lost 1 of 53 games in the whole season. Won the league and cup double in Germany. Dembele hustled out of it by Simons. His shot was disappointing in the end.
On both sides tonight, the final product has let both teams down. Could have been 3 or 4 goals in this game, and either decision making or just technically being able to pull it off. And it's let both sides down so far.
Yeah, one incredible miss really by France. They've lost possession a couple of times in midfield just recently. Thuram, one of many Inter players from Milan featuring in this tournament.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a foul both ways. In the end, it looked like De Vrij brought down Thuram, but Anthony Taylor elects to just give a throw-in.
Possession rather squandered by France. They've gone through a kind of mad couple of minutes in that regard. Simons again. Depay looking to get it into Gakpo. Saliba's in the way. Big tussle, play on, says the English referee. Sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. Schalken to play it wide. Jeremy Frimpong on Manchester City's books, and then a trophy winner with Celtic. And again, this time it's the Dutch who give it away. Picked up by Thuram here. And that might be a card. Let's see. De Vrij be lucky, won't he?
Yeah, he should be booked there. Did leave his leg, both legs in. But again, we talked about this last night. I think officials are a little hesitant to give yellows, given that 2 in 5 matches gets you suspended. So De Vrij the beneficiary there.
I think Anthony Taylor was in a benevolent mood for a few seconds there. But I have to say, most weeks in most leagues, that would be yellow, trying to stop an attack developing. Griezmann to take it here. Drifts it at Van Dijk with an important header away. Always seems to have so much time, doesn't he, Van Dijk back there? He looks like he's strolling down to the shops to do a bit of shopping in the supermarket.
It just looks like he's floating too when he jumps. It looks so easy for him. The game's just gotten sloppy and on both sides. Giveaways, careless giveaways, and then in transition, both teams have had massive opportunities to make the other pay, and everyone just seems a bit sloppy right now.
Which can be dangerous. That's a loose ball by Depay. Dembele, they've got an opportunity maybe here, France, if they can get this right. They haven't yet. He's given the free kick. Van Dijk saying no. He thought Dembele was making a meal of it. Of course, those two know each other pretty well from various brushes in the Premier League.
And Anthony Taylor got it right. The latest giveaway here by Depay. First cross by Dembele, cleared away. Retrieves the ball, and now free kick in a very dangerous spot for France.
France among the favourites, in a lot of people's eyes, the favourites for these Euros, but they haven't quite slipped into gear at these championships yet. It's still early, of course. I think Germany and Spain have slipped into gear. We've seen that.
There was a similar situation last night in our Spain-Italy match. It's so tempting to shoot this ball in, but if you don't hit the target, it becomes a bit of a waste. So will they elect to clip a little ball in to attack, or will Griezmann perhaps try to hit it over the wall?
Well, you've seen him do it on many occasions. It's in his locker, as they say. Hasn't been a direct free kick goal yet at these championships. Surely a left foot. It is. It's Griezmann. Wall does its job.
Really good from De Vrij here. The whole wall jumping together, toes down. Make yourself as big as possible. It's really well executed.
That was a well-built wall, wasn't it? And De Vrij kept his eye on the ball. I think you've got to be prepared to get hurt in there a bit, haven't you?
That's why I stayed away from those.
Dutch fans just throwing what looks like water bottles or something down, plastic bottles. They might be in a bit of trouble for that. Griezmann to the near post, not a good one, easily cut out. It's amazing how often that happens, isn't it? Corner kicks cut out by the first defender.
Well, there's two things. One, get it over the first defender, but we used to all the time with the U.S. team, mostly with Michael Bradley, we'd have him run across the near post just in case that happened. You get a flick on it, at least you have a chance at pulling something off, but it becomes so wasteful when that happens.
Koundé. In the end, the view of Upamecano around the game is lots of talent, but with a mistake in him. Hernandez. Tchouaméni was able to pick it up. Rabiot to play it in. Griezmann with the flick header. Tomorrow on Fox Sports 1, Copa America action continues. Ecuador against Venezuela and Mexico playing Jamaica. Coverage starting at 5 o'clock Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1. Summer treat for fans of the game with the Euros and Copa America going on, well, sunrise to sunset.
sit on your couch literally all day and watch soccer.
Just hope the rest of the family understands.
No, my wife would not. I can promise you that.
Wouldn't put you off, though, would it, watching?
Nope.
Here's De Vrij. Really is a quite incredible sight behind that goal. Is there anybody there not wearing orange who've just come in their civilian clothes, so to speak? No, I think is the answer to that.
No, absolutely not. But on the other side, Ian, the French side, there's a section of about 14 Dutch supporters in orange. I'm wondering what the hell are they doing in there?
They're brave.
They are brave.
French fans in high spirits too, and Allez les Bleus chants. It's a great atmosphere, as it has been right throughout this tournament so far. And I think the best bits are probably yet to come when we get to the knockout phase, and that is looming up on the horizon now. Ooh, Ake slips. Did he handle the ball? Dembele thought he did, and so in the end does referee Taylor.
And I feel like he has to book him there. Dembele was away. Ake stuck his arm out. Actually shocked he didn't get booked there.
There's Hernandez, another AC Milan player, out there on the pitch. Pretty much a talisman for them. Just got the feeling with France in particular, they've got another gear to maybe go into. Gakpo on towards Simons.
Well, we talked about, Ian, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game to play because on either side, you can be content with a point, but if one team scores and now you're on 3 points going into your last game, you're one bad performance away from going home. So I think both teams in the locker room will probably say, we need to be better here. This could be dangerous.
Throw in. France will be into the round of 16 if they win here. The Netherlands, and it's a bit complicated, can't qualify or advance tonight, even if they win this game. It's Conte, and that is half-time. Could have been a goal in the first minute for Jeremy Frimpong. There should have been a goal for France. Big chance for Rabiot and two for Griezmann in the same incident. But no breakthrough yet here in Leipzig. Netherlands 0, France 0 at the break.
The Euro 2024 halftime show on Fox is presented by IBM. Ian, Landon, thank you very much for now. It is Jules Breach here with you for half-time, where between Netherlands and France, it is currently goalless. Coming up, we'll get you ready for Portugal's second match of the Euros. We'll also show you what happened between Poland and Austria earlier on. And Alexi will highlight France's goalkeeper, Mike Maignan.
If your business needs a new application, then developers will have to write code. A lot of code. If an application needs to be modernized, then you'll need time, resources, and caffeine. If this sounds daunting, then use Watson X Code Assistant. AI designed to multiply developer productivity so you can generate code quickly. Let's create a more modern foundation for business with Watson X Code Assistant. IBM, let's create.
With fast and fair claims handling and 24/7 roadside service in the app, you get more with Geico. Just like I can give more constructive feedback to the referee with this two-way radio. Ref, it's Jorge. That's a PK, over.
Ref, Roberto here. What's the negative on the PK?
Let's do a red card for 11.
What? At halftime now, please. Need a potty break.
That That's a no-go on the halftime. Play on.
However you fan, get more with Geico.
Ref, how about a timeout for Nacho Tots?
Find space at Spring Hill Suites, the official hotel partner of U.S. Soccer.
Some of the most brilliant minds in business. No, not you. Or you. You auto-track business income and expenses with QuickBooks. And you pay all your employees easily and accurately. And you have a business bank account with market-leading APY. Get the full picture of your business on one platform, now with expert help when you need it. That's how you business differently.
They are advancing again here. He brings it down onto his chest. Nice footwork. He found the gap. He's just outside the area. Goal! Dove men plus care. Oh, but Dio. Defend against Bio everywhere.
Give me that ooey gooey, crispy, crunchy, mouth watering. Give me that beefy, meaty, grilly, dilly, pickle popping. Give me that burger, sauce and toss and Papa John's. Better get you some cheesy burger pizza at Papa John's.
Euro 2024 on Fox is sponsored by IBM. IBM, let's create.
Well, there are massive crowds out in Leipzig for one of the most anticipated matches of the group stage, but both sides are still looking for a breakthrough at half-time. The Netherlands and France are goalless in Group D as things stand. I'm Jules Breach, Giorgio Chiellini, Daniel Sturridge and Alexi Lalas are here with you. Remember, if there is a winner in this tie, then that team would go through to the knockouts. No goals at the break, but both teams have had their chances, haven't they?
Absolutely, they have. You know, it's been a good first half, exciting pieces of play. Obviously, we see Kylian Mbappe here. And, yeah, the first chance, ball played in from Xavi Simons, and you see the pace of Frimpong, absolutely brilliant. Kind of hits the shot into the ground a little bit, and you see the reaction there. It is going into the bottom corner, but great save from Mike Maignan.
Yeah, and France coming into the game right after. Griezmann, yeah, start to shoot, Verbruggen save. Not a difficult save, to be honest, but it's what a best way to come into the game for Griezmann.
This probably was the best chance for France. I mean, they are in on goal. Sometimes you got to be a little selfish in front of goal. I don't know what Rabiot was doing here, but ultimately Griezmann couldn't get a hold of it.
Cody Gakpo here in these positions, especially with a right-footed player on the left wing, manipulates the ball, cuts inside on his strong foot, takes a shot, tries to guide it in the far post, and again, another fantastic save from Mike Maignan.
Yeah, France are in good hands with their goalkeeper so far, aren't they? Which takes us to the creative moment of the half, which is sponsored by IBM. Big save so far.
Yeah, kind of sloppy and unorganized this first half, but ultimately when there were opportunities, especially down at the French goal, it's good to have, you know, Mike Mignon in goal there, and he made the saves. This one, it doesn't look difficult, but look at the footwork, good angle, and I know the shot wasn't hard, but again, look at this. You can see that is going in the far post, and all it takes is a nice little finger, maybe even a fingertip, keep those fingernails unclipped, and then cut inside. This is coming through a lot of people. Look at this force this is coming through, but he's got a sight, and boom, down to his left. Important to have that guy in the goal.
Maignan has the personality to have this performance. He replaced Donnarumma in AC Milan. He's replacing Lloris here, but he has a good personality, and he's playing so well also in Italy this season.
Did you say something about fingernails, or?
Yeah. You know, that's all you need sometimes.
Unclip, though.
Unclip. Keep them unclipped. If you're a goalkeeper, you need every millimeter you can get.
Put the hands on.
I know you would never do something like that.
Look, Kylian Mbappe is on the bench for France. If it stays like this, when can we expect to see him?
For me, it's not a big challenge play with the mask. The problem is how he trained in the last days, how he's feeling in the last day. It's about his feeling, not about so big risk.
Put him in. Put him in.
We're going to get some fingernail clippers out for Alexi at half-time. But for now, let's just look ahead to what else is coming up on Fox. Portugal beat Czechia in their opener. Tomorrow, Ronaldo and company will seek to make it 2 wins out of 2 by beating Turkey. We'll hear from Roberto Martinez next.
To the people chasing the sunrise with you, outrunning your doubts, inspiring you to see what's possible, and pushing you when it's not easy. To the people seeing your highest potential and making sure every step is a celebration, every rep a chance to connect, no matter where we're starting from. Propel. I want you to take me to the future.
Hold on tight.
This is what we call vibrant collaboration.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
Hold, please. The trio is back.
These are great, like the best, like wow.
Watch the summer's best with Hulu on Disney+.
The show-stopping BMW i4 is electricity in its most powerful form. A perfect fusion of iconic handling and cutting-edge sophistication. An impressive range and the power of over 500 horses stampeding at a whisper. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine. Release the 2024 BMW i4 eDrive 35 for $449 per month.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive, when Dave's like, these cars are going fast. I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Now get a low $283 per month lease on Rogue.
It can bear over 4,000 times its own weight. And that's just the door hinge. Sturdy design down to the smallest detail, the Taos. Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing or a $1,500 customer bonus on a new 2024 Taos.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious. Yeah. Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive, when Dave's like, these cars are going fast. I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Now get a low $283 per month lease on Rogue.
Everyone comfortable?
Yep. I've even got an extra seat.
The Volkswagen Atlas. Everyone wants a ride. And see Despicable Me 4 in theaters July 3rd. Rated PG. Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Atlas.
The Euro 2024 halftime show on Fox is presented by IBM.
Day 8 at Euro 2024 got off to a thrilling start in Dusseldorf. Ukraine came from behind to earn a 2-1 victory over Slovakia. The winner scored by Roman Yaremchuk in the 80th minute. Austria also winners. They claimed a 3-1 victory over Poland in Berlin. Christoph Baumgartner able to find the back of the net in the second half to help his side to all 3 points. So here is the live Group D standings right now. France and the Netherlands both on 4 points. Poland still with nothing. Remember, if France avoid defeat against the Dutch, Poland would be the first side eliminated from this summer's Euros. And there are 2 big matches on Fox tomorrow. In Group E, Belgium looking to respond after their shock opening defeat. They face Romania, but first Turkey will battle Portugal in Group F. So here was Portugal boss Roberto Martinez discussing Cristiano Ronaldo earlier today.
Ronaldo had 3 shots on target. I think he was the striker with the greatest number of shots on target now. He was very disciplined. He worked very hard. and he's a player, a poacher in the box. He will open space for other players. Francisco Conceição's goal happened because Cristiano made space for him. We're focused on what we want to do, and Cristiano is very important for us.
We've got that to look forward to tomorrow. The Netherlands and France, though, are goalless at the break. Kylian Mbappe is available on the bench for France. The second half is on the way next.
With fast and fair claims handling and 24/7 roadside service in the app, you get more with Geico. Just like I can give more constructive feedback to the referee with this two-way radio. Ref, it's Jorge. That's a PK, over.
Ref, Roberto here. What's the negative on the PK? Let's do a red card for 11. What? At halftime now, please. Need a potty break.
That's a no-go on the halftime. Play on.
However you fan, get more with Geico.
Ref, how about a timeout for Nacho Tots?
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace, where the perfect grill comes with free assembly and delivery. Find a Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, or Blackstone, and get the one that's right for you. Only at your local Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The new Ultimate Cookie Blizzard from DQ is a total power move. Made with Oreo, Chips Ahoy, and Nutter Butter.
What are you doing?
Okay, major power move. Hurry in for the new Ultimate Cookie Blizzard, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I needed some help. Good thing I knew someone. Or something.
Glad you called, Jay. It's time for an upgrade.
Awesome. I knew what I had to do. Because they never stop. No time to waste. This isn't sci-fi. This is precision AI.
We gotta go! We gotta go!
Twisters, rated PG-13, in theaters July 19th.
Sunday, it's a summer of stars as the U.S. hosts the world's best players for Copa America. The U.S. men's team looks to make an historic run. This is the championship of the Americas. USA versus Bolivia, Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
The Netherlands and France are facing each other in Leipzig. It is goalless at the break, but as we've just seen, both sides have had their chances. Looking for goals now in this second 45 minutes, and France don't have a bad option off the bench if they need him, Kylian Mbappe. The chances are whether or not they decide to risk him, I suppose, is the question that Didier Deschamps is facing right now. What do you think, Daniel?
I'd love to see him, of course. Whether it's worth the risk, probably not. But if they do go a goal down, it's worth the risk. So I think we'll see him if they end up conceding, that's for sure.
There's certainly game changers on that bench, isn't there?
France have a lot of game changers on the bench, especially the first one, Kylian, but also Netherlands has some good options. We have seen how much Burgos could impact coming from the bench, and Malen could be something sparkling for the Netherlands attack.
Comes on, breaks his nose again. I mean, the worst that could happen, right? You know, it's a really nice substitute to have.
Here is the second half then. Ian Dark and Landon Donovan, back to you.
Thanks very much indeed, Jules. Thanks for the half-time chat. Let's see whether the second half produces some goals here, whether Mbappe will be used or whether they will keep him wrapped in cotton wool for future assignments. France in white tonight, of course, the all-orange colours of the Netherlands, hoping they can turn these championships into a sort of tangerine dream. No changes as yet, just the one booking in the first half for Jerdy Schouten of the Netherlands. midfield player. Maybe a little bit harsh, the yellow. Too late now for any further debates about that. Upamecano, Bayern Munich player, out to Dembele, hugging that right-hand touchline. Is your theory, Landon, that Mbappe will only come on if France go behind?
Yeah, I just heard Daniel Sturridge say it in the studio. I think so. He was the first player back out onto the bench by about 90 seconds. It must be absolutely killing him to not be in the game while he's watching this. And my strong suspicion is if he has been cleared to play and he's okay, if France go down a goal, he will immediately be in this match.
Dembele, speed to burn, runs it out of play. He's always been a bit of an enigma to me. I think the feeling about him for a lot of the time he was at Barcelona was that they'd pay too much for him, basically. A draw here, if it stays like this, would lift both teams to 4 points. It'd be too early to say both would advance, but no team who got 4 points in this format as yet have ever failed to go through, and bet your bottom dollar both coaches are fully aware of that. Top 2 in each group go through, and the 4 best third places. So it's quite a generous qualification, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but we said in the first half, you do need to be careful. You cannot, if you're France or the Netherlands, cannot just assume that you can beat any team in the round of 16. If you finish third, you get a really bad matchup. You might be going home weeks earlier than you anticipated.
These two nations know that. The Netherlands went out to what was then the Czech Republic at the last Euros, and France, having led 3-1 against Switzerland, game ended 3-3. They went out on penalties, and Mbappe was the only player to miss in the shootout. Never can tell, can you?
You just never know.
It's part of the beauty of football. Saliba's pass could have been a problem there. Upamecano, so far in this tournament, has looked quite commanding at the back for France. Maybe wants to give his reputation a coat of paint. Conte's ball forward leaves Rabiot with a bit too much work to do. Didier Deschamps recorded his 100th win as French coach against Austria. The only other coach of a European team to do that in history is Jogi Löw for Germany, who is here at this tournament. We saw him in the crowd at one of the games the other day. He's probably here tonight as well. Denzel Dumfries, a bit of a perfectionist apparently in everything he does, getting himself ready for games. Yet another Inter player, Theo Hernandez, has taken a bit of a knock there. Just caught a little late, but only a little late. Frimpong had a right to challenge for it.
It's a little late. Not a whole lot in it.
Frimpong spent so much time in England that for a while his Dutch wasn't great. Most of his childhood in the UK. And he's a name everybody's starting to know around the game now after his exploits this past season. It's a good ball through the lines. Koundé joining the attack here towards that near post. Thuram was arriving. Dembele tries his luck cutting inside. Bit more urgency about France. Depay out to Frimpong. Memphis Depay again. Frimpong looking to just slide one in behind. Good idea for Dumfries. Nasty fall for Upamecano.
This is foolish in the end for Dumfries. I think he still thinks he can get to it, but in that moment, if you just let Upamecano clear it away, you get a throw-in in the attacking end, so a little foolish.
Magnon's looked outstanding, the goalkeeper. Virgil van Dijk winning the header for the Netherlands. Got to be honest about it, there's been a little bit of a chess match feel to some of what we're watching here. That would change with a goal, because it would change the whole dynamic of the group. Conte, who doesn't score many in his career. In fact, 2 in 55 caps.
Certainly not what he's known for, but he has ventured forward more in this match. Just a poor decision there.
Back to Denzel Dumfries. This goalkeeper, Bart Verbruggen, who plays for Brighton and Hove Albion in England, the youngest goalkeeper at the Euros for 60 years, since Jose Iribar for Spain. Gakpo, Reinders, Frimpong, steps a stretch and lost possession. Picked up again by Schouten.
That pass from De Vrij into Simons was so good, Ian. 40 yards on the ground. Beat about 5 French players, and the Dutch were off and running.
Depay, good movement here. Ake, Manchester City player, of course. Vastly improved as well in his time at City. Good little spell here for the Netherlands. Reinders with a nice ball through. Simons is brought down. It's a free kick in a useful position here.
Found a good pocket of space. Allowed the ball to come across him. Didn't keep coming to the ball. Then got the wrong side of Dembele. Did a good job using his body to draw the foul.
It looks like Magnon might have more work to do here. Depay fancies this. And that would really set the place rocking if the Netherlands were to score, especially at that end where all their fans are gathered, the Orange Army.
We saw the 3 Dutch players at the end of the wall block the vision of Magnon. So much more difficult, and all it takes is a split second of hesitation and you can't reach it.
Depay is looking to get one to just dip in front of the goalkeeper. The wall again, well organized. Frimpong. Ball did go out of play, as Rabiot thought it did. It's another cul-de-sac for the Netherlands. Still waiting and wondering about whether we'll see Mbappe tonight. France, incidentally, just to update you on the start there, haven't won any of the last 6 games when he hasn't started. 4 draws, 2 defeats. Goes without saying, they don't look the same threat when he's not around.
Well, the other night, in their first game, they weren't great, to be honest, but he has the ability to pull off one special play, and he did, and created the own goal from Vuber. And that was the difference between a game they probably should have drawn and winning. And they don't have to be good on the day. When you have a player like that, all it takes is one play, and he's the guy who can make it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, isn't it? That burst of pace to the byline, creating some confusion, and Verba putting through his own net as a result. Upamecano. Conte. Dembele to play it in. Rabiot arriving. Can't direct it goalwards.
This was really good from France, overloading the right side of the field. Ultimately, Koundé couldn't get it directly to Dembele, so he goes through Conte. And the run across the near post from Griezmann is great. Rabiot can't make contacts hard. You have to keep your body down, your knee over that ball. He just got caught leaning back a bit.
United States of America in action at the Copa America against Bolivia on Sunday. Coverage starting at 5 o'clock Eastern on Fox for that big test. USA can make a bit of a statement in that game, can't they, Landon?
Yeah, they need to. It's, for obvious reasons, you need 3 points in the first match, but I think to get belief back in the group, they need a good win against Bolivia. Not just a win, a good win. Feels good, looks good, and we play well.
Of course, Argentina and Brazil will be favourites, but you never know. Remember that great Confederations Cup run when you were in the team, Landon?
I do remember it quite well.
Here's Depay. Possession won back well by Rabiot, who plays for Juventus, the famous club in Turin. Tchouaméni, lovely ball, picked up Conte's run, beautifully weighted that. Tchouaméni again. We know he can hit them from range. Ask England about that. 30-yard screamer in the quarter-final between France and England at the World Cup. Which makes me wonder, are we going to see Olivier Giroud, I wonder, tonight? Of course, he's on his way to LAFC. Farewell tournament for France's all-time record scorer.
Again, that last chance created by Conte is really the only French player moving, and here he is again. And the movement is not just to receive the ball yourself, it's to create space for everyone else, and just continues to show his value.
Sometimes it's like he's connected to the national power grid, isn't it?
It's just non-stop.
The man with the best batteries in world soccer. Rabiot. It's a return ball, almost invited to have a pop Turan, mate. He does! And it flashes wide.
They sound like a broken record, but this starts again with Conte running through the middle. Opens up space for Rabiot, gets it to Thuram. And this just flashed wide. Happily, if you're Verbruggen and the Dutch.
15 goals for Inter this past season. Mbappe, still no sign of him getting the mask out and putting it on in readiness. Depay nearly just getting that round into the path of Frimpong. Simons is sent crashing. France get the free kick in the end. Anthony Taylor getting the assignment tonight. I think some of the referees were getting a bit worried because some of the refs had got 2 matches before a few of them had got any.
Yeah, I think there's some either psychology or some plan going on the head of officials for UEFA, but we would have expected to see Anthony Taylor probably earlier than this. Collision there with Simons. Looked like a foul to me, and Van Dijk saying the same thing. Anthony Taylor not interested.
Yeah, I think he's trying to say that should have been a booking. And I think you can see from the body language around there, Simons is feeling the same way. Certainly was clattered into. He's moving a bit gingerly. Stays out there though. Looking to drop a ball in behind. Ake let that run, then recovered to just nick it away from Ousmane Dembélé. France now attacking the end where their supporters are gathered in a massed rank of blue. Griezmann couldn't quite reach. It comes out to Koundé. Dembélé to play it in again, and Chouameni with a header flashes just over.
Service is excellent, gets up and down quickly, and Chouameni with good contact. Tough one to get down when you're being challenged like that. Certainly sent a scare through Verbruggen.
Chouameni, who I'm told is pretty adept at playing songs on the piano to cheer the players up if they get a bad result somewhere for his club and country. Probably won't be needed to do that tonight. It does look like France will be progressing. If not this evening, then you think soonish. Netherlands quite content to just sit behind the ball here. Hope they can break up this passing routine and find a quick counter. Hernandez. No sign of any substitutions as yet. Dembélé. As Austria still very much in business in this group, I think they'll be hoping that France can maybe win this, nick a goal, and then they play Austria with a chance to. The Netherlands might be in a bit of trouble when they play Austria in the last game. Big incentive for the Austrians. Conte. Chouameni. Flicked on by Thuram. Dembélé, Conte looks to play it through Griezmann. And smuggled behind. It's a good save in the end. I'm not sure whether Griezmann was offside or not, but another big opportunity.
No, I don't think he was. And when France move off the ball, create big chances. And my biggest complaint with the French team, and what a save, by the way, by Verbruggen. Look how big he makes himself just off the toe. But with the movement, they create so much space. Their second biggest chance of the game. They need to continue that.
Griezmann again. Not like him, he usually puts even the half chances away, especially from that kind of range. Chouameni, he's going to let one go here. Can't hit them. France winning the ball back, beginning to take a bit of a hold on this game here now. Dangerous time for the Netherlands. We've just got a little passive, perhaps.
You wonder how much longer till Ronald Koeman makes a change if this momentum continues.
Rabiot, it's all a bit tight. Conte, lovely quick feet from him. Dembele slides one too near to Bart Verbruggen, who's pulled off a couple of big saves tonight. It's interestingly, this goalkeeper, Brighton and Hove Albion this last season, they keep on using him, then they switch over again to the other goalkeeper, Jason Steele, then they put Verbruggen back in goal. It's very confusing. This is what he can do.
He just used all of his frame there. Really good save in the end.
They've moved up again, France here. I think the Netherlands might take the view that a point is a pretty good result.
Well, at this
from
point,
this game.
yeah, but I would be shocked if there's not a change or two in the next few minutes from Ronald Koeman.
De Vrij towards Depay. Upamecano did ever so well there. Saw it, cut it out. Griezmann. Is a goal coming? Dembele. Turning, twisting, takes on Ake, gets the shot away, can't keep it down.
The next chance for France, Ake does a great job overlapping, which allows Dembele to come inside. Again, just see his body leaning back. Just going to keep the ball up. In the end, never troubled Verbruggen.
He's not happy, is he? Didier Deschamps. Oof, Van Dijk for a moment. Just one nasty moment there.
In the first half, Ian, all of the Dutch build-out, when they were successful, was coming through the left side. Through Ake, and then Simons would come over to the left and help break pressure. But the adjustment for the French has been to make them go to the other side of the field.
Here's Gakpo off another of those runs. Danger from the Dutch. Reinders again, taking the eye. Gakpo. Depay. Brilliant from him. And into the back of the net by Simons. Xavi Simons for the Netherlands. What about that? Referees consulting the linesman. There might be an offside here.
Well, VAR going to have a look at this, Ian.
Let's call him Mark Clattenburg, our refereeing expert. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, my first impression, Ian, was that there was a player in the line of vision of the goalkeeper while the shot comes in from distance. But this is the argument. The goalkeeper does see it fully, but he can't dive when the ball goes past. So the actual attacker who's in an offside position stops the goalkeeper's ability to play the ball. So I think this will be given as an offside. The assistant gives it on the field. The VAR will check it. And I don't think this is clearly wrong from the assistant.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. It did look like that Denzel Dumfries prevented the goalkeeper from diving for that ball. So I think this is going to get ruled out.
I hate it as an attacking player. There's so much subjectivity here. He's never, ever, ever getting to that ball. He didn't even try to dive.
But he is in an offside position and he is affecting the play.
Well, I want goals, Ian.
Yeah, I think we all do. And certainly the Netherlands want it to count. The delay goes on. The goal check is going on. There was a consultation between Anthony Taylor and his assistant about this.
Oh, he's talking to the captains now. Yeah,
this might be interesting.
Not going to be given.
It's a long delay, Landon, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to ask him to go look at it, because
Wow.
it is so subjective.
And still we wait. So this is probably as dramatic as it's been here tonight in Leipzig. The check is over, we're being told.
Offside.
It is disallowed. Agony, really, for the Netherlands, who are absorbing a lot of pressure. Broke out. It was a well-struck goal, but Dumfries was very near the goalkeeper. You could argue, as you have, Landon, he wouldn't have got it anyway. It's one of those, isn't it? Gini Wijnaldum. Yeah, they're now explaining, which is part of the policy here, in more detail.
He's just
why
he's never going to get there, Ian. Never,
well,
ever.
It's arguable, though, Landon, isn't it?
Maybe.
Mark, why did it take as long?
This is because it's, like Landon says, it's very, very subjective. The goalkeeper's line of vision isn't affected. It's about the ability to play the ball, and this is very, very subjective. I would have preferred Anthony Taylor to go and have a look at it and judge it from himself. The assistant, what we've got to remember, the assistant on the field of play gives offside, and therefore it has to be clearly wrong. And for me, the decision of the assistant isn't clearly wrong because the goalkeeper is affected.
Stuart Atwell was the video assistant referee involved in all of that. It's arguable there'll be a post-match debate about it.
Yeah, I think, and what Mark said is, if it had been given as a goal, they might have kept it as a goal. It might not have been clear and obvious, but we move on.
I'm not sure I quite agree with you that Magnon might not have stopped that. The form he's been in this game, he might have been able to get across and get a fingertip to that, but hey, look, we'll never know.
I'll fight you in the bar later, Ian. We'll get on.
We enjoy those little verbal tussles about these things. Hey, look, your judgment is way superior to mine.
I'm a little biased. I like goals.
Right, we all do. Koundé, did he keep it in? Yes, he did. Van Dijk gets it away for the Netherlands, who've shown they do have the players to maybe nick a goal. They do have attacking talent. Get through to the defenders, come on. Veerman, the midfield player as well, and Gini Wijnaldum. Frimpong is off. Schouten is off, and Simons is off as well. So his last touch of the ball was to put the thing in the back of the net, and Dembele is going to make way here now. Kingsley Coman, who's been injured for quite a while, the Bayern Munich winner, the man whose goal once won a Champions League for Bayern Munich back in 2020. So one winger for another there, and off goes Marcus Thuram as well. Olivier Giroud enters the fray for his 135th cap. Gertrude out to this right-hand side to Dumfries. He was the player just hanging around a little too near the goalkeeper, as Mark Clattenburg explained, maybe affecting his ability to go for that ball. Tomorrow on Fox, it's the Euro 2024 doubleheader. Turkey A, as we must call them now, against Portugal, and Belgium v Romania. Coverage at 11 o'clock Eastern on Fox. Do the Netherlands look like potential winners of the tournament to you?
No, they don't, Ian. I think just not enough firepower going forward. They've created a few good chances today. But I think missing Frankie de Jong is hurting them. Koopmeiners, they don't have that special quality that obviously France have with Mbappe. Spain have shown through a variety of players, and Germany also with a variety of players. But they are a very good side. But they would have to have, I think, everything go right.
Van Dijk's long ball towards his Liverpool colleague, Cody Gakpo. Here's Wijnaldum, of course, formerly of Liverpool himself, much liked by the coach Ronald Koeman. He's playing now for Al Ettifaq in the Middle East.
Late challenge there from N'Golo Kante.
95th cap, by the way, for Wijnaldum here. But Depay's hit one straight into the wall from this kind of position in this half.
They have to really be special from this distance.
Yeah, tough to get that up over the wall and down again with enough velocity. Depay towards Van Dijk, who does come up with the odd goal when he comes forward.
I really like this, Ian. Little deception. He just underhit it by about a foot. Otherwise, Van Dijk heads that across the goal, and it's very dangerous.
Unlucky to be left out of the side tonight. Veerman played pretty well in that opening game when the Netherlands left it late to beat Poland. Memphis Depay to be replaced by the man who got that late goal. Weghorst is on here. Here comes that free kick, and Van Dijk won the header. Flag goes up. There's a player in an offside position. That will end that attack. But the Netherlands have come out to play a little bit in the last 5-10 minutes. Had the goal disallowed. By the way, one of the Netherlands players, a late call-up, Ian Maatsen, on the verge of signing for Aston Villa. We hear played for Dortmund in the Champions League final recently. I think Maatsen was on a yacht with his girlfriend when he got the phone call. You're going to have to leave all this and come and play football for a while.
Bittersweet.
Yeah. Griezmann to Conte. Goes past Veerman. The referee saw that. There's a bit of a dive by Conte. And trying to develop the attack quickly, and the pass just goes astray rather frustratingly for the orange men of the Netherlands. Is Weghorst. You might remember that fantastic free kick against Argentina, that slick free kick routine that they'd been keeping up their sleeve for a rainy day, and they were going out of the World Cup and came out with that. Has Weghorst got something up his sleeve here? giveaway by Ake. Antoine Griezmann. Coming off his best scoring season for Atletico Madrid for 6 years, Griezmann has had a couple of opportunities tonight. He will be thinking he should have put one of those away. That's a deep ball towards Giroud, his kind of ball into the box.
A different element with Giroud on the field. He can pull off the back of a defender like he did here. Just got the timing and the quality mixed up.
Just a little shift in the pattern of the game. It looked like France had developed a bit of a stranglehold, but the Netherlands have come back at them in the last 10 minutes or so. Back by Tijani Reinders, who looks like he's been part of that midfield for a long time. It is, in fact, only his 11th cap tonight. Dumfries. I think you're right. They are missing Frankie de Jong in particular. I'd say in midfield just gives them that something extra, a little bit more of an X factor.
And Simons was excellent tonight. Watch his movement, his partnership with Memphis. But Frankie de Jong has so much quality.
Ake forward, Verkost to lay it off. Reinders didn't have enough time to get his ball right, and this gives a chance here for France maybe to launch a break of their own. Don't think we're going to see Mbappe, are we? Not this late. Not unless the Netherlands score. We might have done had that goal counted. Koundé. Now here's Hernandez. Corner from Koundé is Kingsley Coman. Good to see him fit again. He's been carrying an injury for a few weeks. Yet to score in a European Championship or World Cup. Coman again. Very patient from France, but not really going anywhere.
Both sides seem like they're getting to a point where they're content with a draw, but you are again playing with fire a little bit, especially if you're the Netherlands. You've got Austria next, and Austria win that match, you likely then are finishing in 3rd place. And that means you're playing the 1st place team of another group.
Yeah, it could come back to bite you. You never know how the draw might play out. 2nd team in this group could wind up playing Belgium. We were looking through the options. Belgium, who, of course, surprisingly lost their first game, so might not top their group as a lot of people would have expected. We'll see how it all pans out.
Makes that Belgium-Romania match tomorrow really interesting, Ian. Belgium on 0 points. Romania win their first game. Belgium would be desperate, needing to win.
Coman again. Forward by Saliba. Theo Hernandez. Conte. Here's Giroud. Great idea. Looking to head that back into the path of Griezmann. Those two know each other's game back to front.
Yeah, and Veerman did such a good job tracking Griezmann there.
Play on. Hernandez. Griezmann thought about spectacular volley. Koundé. Van Dijk to get it away for the Netherlands. And a free kick. Goalless. Tomorrow, Fox Sports 1, Copa America action as Ecuador face Venezuela and Mexico meet Jamaica. Coverage of those games starting at 5 o'clock Eastern. That's 2 o'clock, of course, Pacific time on Fox Sports 1. Rabiot is needing some treatment here, and here's why.
The knee to his quad there, and that is going to hurt a lot. Veerman, such a good job tracking Griezmann there. He's making the late run into the box.
It's a clever header, isn't it, by Giroud. There's Arsene Wenger. David Dean, the former guru at Arsenal behind the scenes, his great friend. I think it was David Dean who appointed him as Arsenal manager all those years ago. Of course, he has a lot of say, doesn't he, now about the way things are shaped in the world game. Fabio Capello, former manager of England, among quite a few other posts along the way, all making their assessments, and our coaches learning and writing about patterns of the game at these championships. And quite good to see as well, apart from the fans of the two countries involved, quite a lot of neutral fans here as well, just absorbing the action and enjoying the tournament. Worth saying, by the way, that if this game does end in a draw, Poland are out, but it might not be a draw, because here's Rabiot playing it across the face of goal. Just a bit too much weight on the ball. Griezmann trying to keep it alive. Netherlands living a little dangerously late on there. Might have made a bit more of that, France.
This game will be remembered for poor decision making. Just trying to find Coman, but I think shooting it hard and low across the goal is the better option there. Twice Rabiot had really good moments in the box, and I think made the wrong decision.
I think Giroud was screaming for the ball inside him as well. There is Mbappe, who is going to remain a spectator tonight, quite clearly. Gives them a chance to have a few more days training with him, getting used to playing in a mask. We've had 50 games at the European Championships without a goalless draw, going all the way back to the last Euros when England drew with Scotland. But the sequence might be about to be broken here. Upamecano forward. Maybe France have other ideas about all of that. Netherlands so close to winning it, a borderline decision on the offside going against them. Chouameni. Just to Saliba. I think the truth, Landon, is neither of these two have done enough to win this, have they?
No, and neither team has made the most of a big opportunity. They've both had a couple.
Coman into Koundé, to Conte. Deflected behind for a corner. Weghorst getting back to do some important defensive work there. Is there a sting in the tail? Griezmann with the corner. Verbruggen goes for an effective punch. Effective because he got distance and height on it. Charmany though. Griezmann. Koundé. Giroud was waiting, but De Vrij doesn't miss many headers. It's late, very late. France pressure. Stoppage time. Rabiot. Hernandez given time to measure it. Away by Nathanake. Just to underline that point, Poland will be eliminated if there is no goal here. And the time to score one is fast diminishing. Poland qualified, didn't they, winning a playoff against Wales, you might remember, on penalties. But it'll be an early trip home, I'm afraid, for them. Gertruida. Back to De Vrij. I think, like you said, Landon, nobody wants to give away anything this late now. Take the point, move on. Still both in a very, very good position to advance. Moving on to 4 points. They will be in the last 16. It's just a question of where you finish in the group. That'll depend on the last games. Netherlands against Austria, France against Poland. Long by Van Dijk. Up to Weghorst. Veerman. Reinders. Dumfries. Koundé's header goes for a throw, I think, in the end. Seen a bit less of Gakpo in the second half of the game. Looked dangerous early on.
France have been so good down their right side. It's forced Cody Gakpo to defend almost all of the second half.
3 hours into the tournament, though, no French player has scored. They're one goal, an own goal.
Yeah, for all the talk about France coming into the tournament, and I had them, and I still do have them as the favorite to win. They haven't looked convincing, that is for sure.
You still do have them as the favorite, above Germany, above Spain? Yep.
They've got the best player in the world, so it's hard to bet against them.
Have you unmasked the truth there, I wonder?
Oh, jeez.
Is Upamecano. Charmany had to stretch for it. He's lasted the whole 90 minutes in his first game for 6 weeks. Quite impressive, that. He goes for a goal kick, and I think once that's taken, that might well be that. Funny thing, a game which could have had a goal in the first minute looks like not having any in what, 95. Seven games in a row with no Mbappe starting, and France don't win. Yeah, that is full time. That long sequence of 50 Euro games without a goalless draw ends right here. Both teams move on to 4 points. Nothing is settled tonight in this group except Poland are eliminated. There were chances. There should have been goals in the game, but there weren't in the end. Netherlands, maybe controversially, having one disallowed. So it ends here. Netherlands 0, France 0 in Leipzig.
Ian Landon, thank you very much. So the Netherlands and France share the points in this game in Leipzig. I think the guys wrapped it up perfectly there, really. We felt like there were going to be goals in this game. None came in the end. Netherlands thought they took the lead, but that was ruled out for offside. Ultimately, how do you think the game played out, Giorgio? Do you think that was a fair decision on that disallowed goal?
Fair result. Yeah, fair decision, fair result overall. Both have some chances. Nobody really wants to win, and both teams didn't want to lose.
Absolutely. I did choose a draw. I got to pat myself on the back a little bit. I did call for it. I said a draw, and it was correct. I think both teams had good opportunities within the game. I think they'd both leave the pitch feeling happy with a draw. Maybe the Netherlands will feel a little bit disappointed with the disallowed goal. Of course, there's going to be conversations about that. I would have been fuming as the attacker. You know, the goalkeeper couldn't dive, so that's the reason why my goal doesn't.
Audio has to be off. Your mic is on. You're going to have the Discord audio coming through the headphones. So you're good. You're going to turn that off, though. Cheers, everybody. All right, I think it's going to be working fine. Desktop audio will be off. I think you're good. How's it sound on here? Desktop audio will be off. I think you're good. How's it sound on here? Perfect.
Ready for that one next.
The innovation you've been waiting for is here. Built on the 16X Cheez-It platform, it's the first flavor matrix stable enough to make a Cheez-It tostada possible, and cheesy enough to power the Crunch Wrap. Because if you want to change the world,